All right, welcome. Welcome, board members and staff, public, friends, stakeholders, everybody to the USBE meeting for December. Happy Holidays edition. Much to be thankful for and much to celebrate. Matt will lead us with his holiday sweater. Member Straight, though, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's do a roll call first to make sure we got the, let's see, Member Bogus.
Yes.
Wait, not Member Straight. You got the, yes? You're doing the pledge? Okay. So Member Bogus here, Member Booth, Member Klein, Member Davis. Don't see Cindy, yes. Oh, not at all? Okay. All right. Vice Chair Earl,
Yes.
Member Green, Vice Chair Hart,
Here, present.
Member Hymas.
Yes.
Member Carey? Not yet. Are we expecting? Anybody know? Okay, we'll watch for Member Carey. Member Lear?
Here.
Member Norton? I know she's here. I think she's still wrapping up a meeting. Member Reel? Member Straight?
Yes.
Member Wood? And I am present. All right, so we'll call the meeting to order. As always, we've got our Utah Highway Patrol with Chris Horrocks. Thank him for being with us. In case of emergency use, 2 west doors here lead to the exits on either side. So, all right, formalities done. Member Straight will lead us in the pledge. Thank you, sir.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and you do also have the board member message,
Yes.
correct? Awesome. Take it away.
Yeah, and there's, oh, I have music. So I guess I'll begin. So Kermit Tyler. I imagine no one knows who Kermit Tyler is. But make certain you realize that the number is 82. The number is 82. Next slide. So this is Kermit. Oh, is that on automatic? Oh, okay. Oh, you're giving a sneak preview. So this is Kermit Tyler. Next slide. This has something to do with something that happened to Kermit Tyler. Kind of look at the background. Where do you think this might be? By the next clue, don't go there quite yet. Next clue will probably really cue you on what's going on here. So, next slide. Okay. Number's 82 still. Let's go back through those first 3 again. So here's Kermit. And this has something to do with this particular day and the next slide as well. Okay, let's stop there for a second. Okay, board member Klein. It is. And today is what? Yeah. And thus the number 82, which is what? A number of years ago. Well, pick up your prize later. So thank you. So Kermit Tyler was well we'll go to the next slide. So we're going to talk about pursuit groups, radar systems, pilot training, and interceptor command. And we know what the number 82 is all about. So World War II has already started. It started September 1st of 1939. Today's December 7th. That's when the United States gets involved. But the United States has been preparing because they've seen what's happening. And in fact, if you look at what's occurring in Asia, it actually starts years before that, where China is invaded. So the Pacific is a hotbed of activity, and they start preparing, and they set up these pursuit groups. Now, pursuit groups, when they get a blip on the radar screen, and by the way, radar was brand new to Hawaii. It had not been there. The technology was very new. Kermit Tyler was new to the system, but he was part of the pursuit groups, and the commander over this interceptor command wanted to have the pilots who were part of these interceptor groups, which would go and see what's coming in if they pick up a blip. Send out a pursuit group, see what's going on. So Kermit Tyler is not trained in radar. He is an officer. He is a part of these pursuit groups set up by these radar systems. And as part of that, he has his pilot training to understand this whole command system. So they have different radar stations set up in the Hawaiian Islands, which is a fairly broad area there. And they send information back to Interceptor Command. Interceptor Command then sends out these pursuit groups to make certain that things are secure. The United States was concerned, is very early in the radar systems, and that's what happened. So let's go to the next slide. So service members had to be trained to operate the new technology and perform the necessary tasks associated with them. Kermit Tyler's turn to learn this new technology came during the first week of December 1941. At 4 a.m. on Wednesday, December 3rd, Tyler arrived for his first 4-hour shift in the information center. So he is there to learn the system. He is there to learn how it works, not necessarily to command or to be in charge. Now, December 3rd happens to be when the fleet starts sailing to Pearl Harbor. Next slide. Officially, his job there was to assist the controllers in vectoring. Now, that is a good math term. Okay. Vectoring pursuit aircraft to meet any identified incoming enemy threats. However, and notice the word I highlighted here, he was really there to learn about this new process and how it worked. He was there to learn. His second learning opportunity would come on December 7th, 1941. He was the only officer present. Let's go back to his picture. On December 7th, 1941, a surprise attack was launched on Pearl Harbor. The radar did pick it up. But there were B-17s they were also coming in from the mainland, from California, to Hawaii, B-17 bombers, and that's what Kermit Tyler thought it was. And so we had all the warning. But remember, he was there to learn, but he was the only officer there. It's 7 a.m., almost 7 a.m. in the morning. They pick up the big blip. It's sent in. No interceptor groups were sent out because they thought that's what it was. And then the blip disappeared. Why? Because the radar can't go through mountains, and the attack aircraft were behind the mountains, which took the blips away. And 53 minutes later, go to the third slide. This is what happened. So, we have lots of new technologies in education. We have lots of things that we do. I hope that when we put people in situations to learn, that they're not like Mr. Tyler. And learning in a situation where he was not trained to even know what to do in those circumstances. Also, I definitely would be remiss if I didn't mention that great appreciation for those who serve. And you can imagine the scrutiny and the historical analysis that has went into the circumstances behind Mr. Tyler's error on that day. Because he wasn't the only one. Oftentimes in athletics, we like to point to a certain play in a game and say, well, that's where we lost it. That isn't the case. There were many places along the way. Where was the intelligence that the Japanese fleet had left? And it wasn't like it was a surprise or that this could happen. It was anticipated. And, but it was definitely a tragedy. Mr. Tyler was put through many investigations, many situations, and he was always exonerated. There were lots of things that went his way in regards to the fact that he was there to learn. So let's make certain we don't set people up for failure. We want to have people be successful, and how people learn is our business. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Straight. Thank you. Great message. Coincidentally, my grandmother gave birth to my mom 6 days later. Scary time to be bringing a child in, but we learned, right? So, great point. Thank you. All right.